In this video, we're going to talk about cleaning up your migrated folders from Outlook to Gmail. As we moved our data over, our historical data over from Outlook into Gmail, what was created for you was this migrated from Outlook parent folder or label in Gmail, and then all of your additional folders that you had created were created underneath that Outlook folder. Now that we're going to be using Gmail officially, once the migration is completely over, you have two options. You can live with the folder structure that's here where you keep this migrated from Outlook and your folders are underneath it, and you can start putting new mail into those folders. If you want to get rid of that parent migrated from Outlook flag and label in the system, to be able to do that, you're actually going to have to create duplicate folders and then move your items into those folders. Because of the way that Gmail structure works, this is a parent folder. It can't simply be deleted. It deletes all of the lower folders underneath it. So what you're going to do, there's two ways that you can create new folders. If you wanted to create a new subfolder underneath this migrated from Outlook, you would click on your three dots, click Add Sublabel. But that's not what we want to do. Unfortunately, there's not like a quick on the inbox, which is basically we're creating a folder in the inbox. There's not a way to do that. What you have to do is you have to scroll down to the bottom of your list of folders, and all of these folders had migrated over from Outlook, which I've already moved a lot of them. What I found was easiest was to click on this more at the bottom of the list of my folders, and then there's two places you could do it. You could create a new label or a new folder right here, and then you just kind of have to remember what your labels are. If you want to see them in a little bit more detail, I like to click on this Manage Label thing, and this takes you into the Settings menu. System labels are labels that Gmail creates that you cannot delete. They're set in stone in their system. And then what you're going to do is you're going to scroll down to in this place called Labels, which is basically the labels that you create. And what we're going to do, you can see I've got my migrated from Outlook, and then I've got those subfolders that are underneath it. And then I have all of the other folders that I've already created that actually came from Outlook that I've already done this process with. What I found was easiest to do was do 4 or 5 at a time, click Create New Label, and then I'm simply going to copy the title of one of my labels, so Archive. However, I know that Archive is also a folder in Gmail, so I'm going to add a 1 to it so that way I don't have the same folder name. And then I'm going to leave this nest label under blank. I don't want it to be nested under or like a parent or a subfolder of a parent folder migrated from Outlook, and I don't want it to be underneath any of my other folders that I've already created. So if I simply leave it blank, click Create, you'll now see that I've got Archive here, and I've got Archive 1 down here. I could do the same thing for Inbox, but I'd again have to rename it, name it Inbox 1, send items, but I would do 2 or 3 of these at a time. And then what I'll do is I will go to my folder titled Archive where I want to move messages out of. And I'm simply going to click this box here at the top, which selects all of my messages. Then I can take and grab just one of those messages in there, and you see how it says label 35 conversations, and I could drag it into my archive. Now, this one has less than 50 messages in it, so I can grab them all at once and take them. If you have a folder, say, for example, my sent items has more than 50 messages, when I click that button, it says 50 conversations on this page are selected. Select all 2,910 conversations. If I click that, then it would take all messages at one time. That's a big job. It takes a while, so you'll have to step away from your computer and let it work for a little bit. So if I go back to the archive, I'm going to select all those messages again and just simply move them over into my new folder. This subfolder of my migrated from Outlook is now empty. I can click on it, remove label, delete, and now I'm left with fewer labels here, and I have my Archive 1 over here.